Hey guys, Cowbell here. Just a real quick update video because I don't have much planned for today's video, and also I am running low on time because this week and last week and next week are my big finals weeks, and I have so much to do. I'm not really freaking out because I know I can finish it all. It's just kind of tough to have 2+ projects a week that you have to deal with. So last week was my cosmology group presentation, and I am super glad that that is over because I hate group presentations or group projects in general. I just function much better on my own, especially since sometimes you have to make your group for your group presentation on the first or second week of class, and you don't know these people that well yet to know if they are going to actually do their part. So that gets really tricky, and I'm just not a fan of group projects in general. I also finished my human development paper. I just had to interview 3 different people with a couple different questions, and then just kind of put them all together and compare, contrast, and get research and stuff to back it up. And I just talked about parenting, because I just wrote down questions and they all were about parenting for some reason. So that's done. This week I have a reflection paper due in my marriage and family class, and I just finished that yesterday at work because my work is slow enough that I can work on homework in the back, and that's really awesome. And then on Friday I have a history paper due that's about half done, and I'm going to work my tail off on that. I am writing it about the role of women in the Vietnam War, both in the battle zones and back home. And so that's actually really interesting to me because I've never really looked into it much before, but it's really cool. It's really cool. I also have a cosmology self-presentation due next week, and that is just, we had to write a 2-page paper on anything related to cosmology, and so I chose Venus because I just don't know a lot about it, but I do know it's the only planet named after a woman, or a goddess instead of a god, and so that's pretty cool. But I have to have a physical piece of the presentation with me, so I feel like a lot of people are going to do poster boards and stuff. I told him I would think about painting Venus, but I don't actually know how to paint. I don't know why hi cat. I don't know how to paint, so I don't know why I even suggested that to him. And the worst part is that he was like, oh, that's really cool, you could do something with that. I don't know how to paint. Cat. Okay, setup might look a little bit different than last shot because my cat just came in and almost knocked everything over. That's lovely. Anyway, cosmology self-presentation. I have to have a physical piece of the presentation, and I told him I would try and paint Venus, but I don't actually know how to paint. So instead I think I'm going to find some yarn that looks like the same colors that Venus is and just crochet Venus this big. And I would crochet its moons too, except that Venus doesn't have moons, so it's just going to be a ball, a crocheted ball that looks like Venus. That's the same colors as Venus. And after that, the only thing I have to do besides prepping for my actual finals, the actual tests, is that I have to prepare a 5-minute presentation on Degas' piece Dancers in the Green Room. And it sucks because I can find a lot about Degas and his other works. I can't find anything about Dancers in the Green Room for some reason. But that's part of our final presentation in my art appreciation class. We go to the DIA and we each have a presentation on a major piece of artwork going from the beginning of art up until modern art. And I'm one of the last people to get the paper in the class, so I only had a couple to choose from. I could have chosen an Andy Warhol piece, but I wasn't actually that fond of the piece, especially because it was a self-portrait, but he has a bunch of self-portraits, I guess. So I chose Dancers in the Green Room because it's impressionist and I think it looks really cool. So that's kind of it for today's video. I'm sorry that this is very boring and just me talking about school, but I kind of don't have time to really prepare a video and talk about anything else really, so I'm just gonna go and I'll see you guys next week. I'm really sorry this is a dumb video. Bye! So if you guys know me, you probably know that I really like fashion, but being a college student means I can't really afford it most of the time.
Get out of here, you zombies, 'cause you're ruining my plan.